Chapter 102. A third game also passed without any unexpected incident. Kaizhou lead everyone to hang from the ceiling, quietly waiting for the snakemen to arrive. Long time no see, everyone. The snakemen finally showed up and began chatting with them. I'm the snakeman, damn you. Yao Jin shouted loudly, after the sheep and the dog. It's the snake? Do you believe that I'll kill you right now? Please don't get excited. The snakeman's voice was very calm. He looked up at everyone and then said, You are undergoing the final round of tests. I have a me. As long as I pull it, you can descend slowly and no one will get hurt. Will you pull it? Xiao Ran asked. The snakeman smiled inferiorly. I'll play a game with you. Whether you can survive or not depends on yourself. After hearing this, Tisha turned to look at everyone and said, No one should say anything later. Leave it to me. The snakeman looked at Kuja and Maidre with great interest, walked forward and said, I have an interesting question. If anyone can guess the answer within 3 attempts, I'll pull the lever and let you down. An interesting question? Kuja was slightly stunned. He felt that the snakeman didn't seem to have said it like this before. Listen carefully, everyone. If you are seriously ill and stranded on a deserted island, special medicines that look exactly the same, with 10 tablets of each. It's known that you can only survive by taking 1 tablet of each medicine every day, but you accidentally mix the medicines together and can't tell them apart. Suppose the rescue would arrive 10 days later. Then how should you take the medicine to survive within these 10 days? Tijal frowned, feeling a bit strange. The games designed by the sheep man and the dogman before were exactly the same as the last time. But the snake man suddenly changed the question. Excuse me, are there any differences in the colors of the tablets? Zhao Ren asked. The snakeman gave her a cold look and said, There are 2 chances left. Hey, pretty girl, Yao Jin shouted loudly. There are only 3 chances in total. Don't mess it up. Zhao Ren lowered her head in embarrassment, with a very sad expression on her face. At this time, DXIA's understanding of her deepened a little. She was not only self-righteous but also didn't listen to advice. Tizhou, what's going on? Officer Li looked at him and asked in a low voice. Why has the question changed? I don't know. Kaizhou shook his head. Last time, I already felt that this snakeman was a bit strange. What's strange? Officer Li asked. Last time we won, but the snakeman didn't die. Kosha hit the nail on the head. The sheep man died after losing to us, but the snakeman didn't. This is obviously a contradiction. Now that you mention it. Indeed, Officer Li shook his head, knowing that it wasn't the time to dwell on this problem, and changed the question. Do you have the answer now? Yes. This question, like yes or no, was an ordinary logic problem. Tijal suspected that the snake game might be of the logic or intelligence type, which was quite in line with the cunning nature of snakes. Seeing that everyone was staring at Kaizhou, the snakeman also cast his eyes on him and asked, Do you know the solution? Yes, Tijal nodded. The answer is to smash all the tablets into powder, stir them evenly, and finally divide them into 10 equal parts as evenly as possible, and take 1 part every day. The snakeman showed an excited look, and then quietly took out a small notebook from his arms, looked at it and said, So that's how it is. His voice of muttering to himself was very low. If you didn't listen carefully, you wouldn't know what he was talking about at all. Hija always felt that the snakeman's behavior was very strange, as if he didn't even know the answer himself. A few seconds later, the snakeman suddenly burst out laughing. You're really interesting. Interesting? DXIA's eyes turned cold. He remembered that in the last game, when he solved the answer to yes or no, the snakeman also laughed appropriately and said this sentence. Wait, I'll let you down now. The snakeman pulled the handle, and everyone slowly landed on the ground. Everyone, congratulations on surviving the interview. Open this door. A new world is waiting for you. The snake-headed man put his hands behind his back and stood beside the wooden door. Master, Yao Jin walked up angrily. as if he wanted to vent all his dissatisfaction with the sheepman and the dogman on the snakeman in front of him. The snakeman turned around coldly, looking at the menacing Tiao Jia but didn't move at all. Are you all lunatics? Tiao Jia shouted loudly and grabbed the snakeman's collar as he stepped forward. Wearing these strange masks and trying to kill us again and again. Now I finally caught you. The snakeman sneered and said in a low voice, while you're still alive, I advise you to let go early. What did you say? Tiao Jin raised his fist vigorously. Just as his fist was about to hit the snake-headed man's face, Officer Li grabbed his arm. Hayao Jin. Forget it. Officer Li said. These people are crazy. Don't bother with them. No one else talked to the snakeman anymore, and Hayao Jin reluctantly withdrew his hand. Everyone walked out of the house under the leadership of Officer Li. Tizhao stood at the end of the line. Just as he was about to go out, the snakeman suddenly spoke. Tizhao, I'm looking forward to playing with you again next time. Kaizhao shuddered all over and froze on the spot. He turned his head to look at the snakeman and asked through gritted teeth, You all remember everything, right? Hehe. The snakeman swayed his rotten snake head and slowly approached Tizhao. Why wouldn't we remember? Everything here is so wonderful. In the days to come, we'll meet regularly like old friends, and you'll answer all kinds of my questions. Hearing the snakeman say this, Tizhao suddenly felt a deep sense of despair. Yes, in the days to come, he would meet the snakeman regularly, would be annihilated on the 10th day, and Tizhao would die along with it. And after he died here, he would temporarily return to reality, wait for a day, experience the huge earthquake, and die in reality again. Whether in the land of doom or the real world, Tizhao seemed to have entered a strange cycle and could never escape. The shortest period of his life was 1 day, and the longest was 10 days. As long as this strange place still existed, he would never be able to return to his own life. These lunatics not only trapped Kajal here forever, but also erased Juni and from his life. Snakeman, you'll definitely regret playing tricks on me like this, Tizhao said coldly. Regret? Tizhao didn't pay any more attention to him and walked out of the door to catch up with the team. As soon as he went out, the familiar heavy smell hit him, making Tizhao feel a bit nauseous.